So in the previous video we had seen about Z parameters. Now in this video we will be seeing about the next parameter, it is your Y parameters. So the other name for your Y parameters is going to be called as admittance parameters. So Y is nothing but your admittance. So Y parameters we can write in terms of Y is nothing but I by V. So that means that your I is going to be an independent variable and V1 and V2 are going to be your dependent variable there. So here we can write your I1 is equivalent to Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. I2 is equivalent to Y21 into V1 plus Y22 into V2. So in matrix form, if I am going to write, your I1, I2 is equivalent to, your matrix is Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22 into V1, V2 there. So now to call this your Y11, so first to make your V2 is equivalent to 0. When I make V2 is equivalent to 0, you are going to have Y11 is going to be called as the input impedance, input admittance, where it is going to be seen looking into your port 1 when port 2 is shorted. Next is your Y21. So in the second equation, if I am going to substitute, your Y21 is equivalent to I2 by V1 is equal to 0. That means that V2 is equivalent to 0. So I2 is nothing but output current, V1 is your input current, so we call it as transfer admittance. So here in this case, it is a forward transfer, output by input means we call it as forward transfer admittance. So our short circuit forward transfer admittance is called Y21. So we say that it is the ratio of the current induced at port 2 to the voltage applied at port 1 with port 2 shorted. Next is in the first equation, if I am going to make V1 is equivalent to 0, your Y12 is equivalent to I1 by V2 at V1 is equal to 0. So we call Y12 to be, it is your input current versus your output voltage, that is reverse transfer impedance. So reverse impedance means we call reverse admittance, actually reverse transfer admittance. So here in this case we call short circuit for reverse transfer admittance there. So here it is the ratio of the current which is going to be induced at port 1 to the voltage applied at port 2 with port 1 shorted. Next is your Y22 is equivalent to I2 by V2 at V1 is equal to 0. So here Y22 is going to be called as the input admittance. That is it is not input, it is your output admittance. So here in this case we should write it as your output admittance. That is a mistake there. So write it as your output admittance. Output admittance where it is going to be seen looking into port 2 when port 1 is going to be shorted. So now condition for reciprocity is your network when it is going to be said to be reciprocal is your I1 dash should be equivalent to I2 dash. That means your input current should be equivalent to your output current. That means your Y12 is equivalent to Y21. So condition for symmetry is we say that two-port network is said to be symmetrical if it's going to be interchanged without changing the port voltages and currents. If I can change the ports without changing the port voltages and current, then we call that network to be a symmetric network. So Y11 is equivalent to Y22. That is Y11 means I1 by V1 at V2 is equal to 0. And Y22 is nothing but I2 by V2 at V1 is equivalent to 0. So now we will see a problem. Find the Y parameters of the circuit shown below in the is the network reciprocal or symmetrical. So first condition is what we have to do is we have to write your basic equation there. So basic equation is what? Your I1 is equivalent to Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. So I2 is equivalent to your Y21 into V1 plus Y22 into V2. So now what we have to make when V2 is equivalent to 0? First step is we are going to make V2 0. V2 0 means there should be a short circuit. So when I am going to draw a short circuit, what happens is when a current is flowing coming like this, it will get divided into 2. But you can see that your V2 is going to have a low resistance path. Low resistance path means there is going to be no current that is going to flow through this 15 ohm resistance. So I can neglect this and I can redraw the circuit there. Okay, so first step is in your any parameters, you write your formula. After writing your formula, apply the condition. So in this case, V2 is 0. V2 is 0 means short circuit the output terminals. When I short circuit the output terminals, a current from 5 ohm resistor is going to flow into this 15 ohm and this V2 voltage source there. In this case, this is going to have a low resistance path compared to your 15 ohm resistance there. So all the current will flow through this V2 and no current will flow through 15 ohm. So we can remove that resistance and redraw the circuit here. So when I redraw it, these two resistors are going to be in parallel. So when it is going to be parallel, it is going to be 20 into 5 divided by 25. So this, if I am going to cut, it is going to be your 4. Your total resistance is going to be 4. So here I can draw the circuit as your, this is V1, this is your I1. Here you are going to have your 4. So now what we want your more there. So V1 is equivalent to 4 into I1. So we want I1 by V1. So I1 by V1 is nothing but 1 by 4 mho or Siemens. So we write it as 1 by 4 Siemens there. So next is we want to find out your V1. V1 is nothing but the drop across this. Here in this case, it is going to be your drop across this 20 ohm resistance there. So to find out, what we can do is we write it as 20 Ia there. In that case, I should know my Ia. So to know this Ia, I know the total current. I can apply my current divider rule. Total current is nothing but I1 into opposite resistance is going to be 5. I want the current through this 20 ohm. That means Ia. So what is the opposite resistance? That is 5. So I1 into 5 divided by 20 plus 5 is going to be 25. Now substitute this Ia in this equation. It is going to be V1 is equivalent to your 20 into your Ia is nothing but 5 divided by 25 I1. So if I am going to cancel it, it is going to be 4 here. In this case, your 20 into 5 by 25 I1 there. So here we are going to have it as 1 by 4. So that is what we have got here. V1 I1 is going to be 1 by 4. Or directly we can simplify it and write like this there. So next is we want to have your V1 voltage there. That is your I2 current. I2 current is nothing but your current that is going to flow through your 5 ohm resistor there. So we can write it as your V1 is equivalent to the voltage at this point is nothing but your V1. See here, the voltage at this point is V1. So V1 is equivalent to minus 5 I2. What is I2 here in this case? It is your I2 by V1 is equivalent to your minus 1 by 5 Siemens there. Next is making a V1 0. So making a V1 0 means your 15 and 5 ohms is going to be in parallel. So we can find that our V2 is nothing but the voltage across output terminals is nothing but the drop across your 15 ohm resistance. The current through this 15 ohm resistance is going to be Ix. So here in this case, this is plus, this is minus. So if I write my KVL here, if I start like this, that is nothing but V2 plus to minus is going to be minus 15 Ix. So V2 minus 15 Ix is equal to 0. So V2 is equal to 15 Ix. Now I find out Ix. I know the total current Ia2. So here in this case, I can apply my current divider rule. Because here in this case, Ix is equivalent to, I want current through 15 ohm is total current into opposite resistance is 5 ohms divided by a total resistance is going to be 15 plus 5, 20 there. So we write it as 5 into, here we are going to have your opposite resistance 5 divided by a total resistance is going to be 20 ohms there. So this should be 20 here. Okay. So here, 1 minute. That is 20 ohm resistance, that it will get cancelled. So it's 5 and so that means that here you will be getting it as 20 ohm resistance there. So 5 here in this case, your Ix is equal to 5 by 20 into I2. Now if I want to substitute in this, here it will be V2 is equal to 15 into 5 divided by 20 I2. So here this 5 and this cancels, it is 4. So 15 by 4. V2 is equal to 15 by 4 I2. So that is nothing but Y22 is equal to I2 by V2 is 4 by 15 Siemens. Similarly, V2 is nothing but the drop across this 15 ohm resistance. So here the voltage at this point is going to be V2. So here I can say that this is nothing but a V2. So V2 here current is entering like this is minus. So write your KVL for this part of the loop. It is going to be V2 minus 2 plus is going to be plus 5I1 is equal to 0. If I write KVL for this branch there. So Y12 is equivalent to I1 by V2, that is minus 1 by 5 Siemens there. So if I am going to write it in matrix form, it is going to be Y is equivalent to 1 by 4, that is Y11, Y12 is minus 1 by 5, Y21 is minus 1 by 5, and 4 by 15 is Y22. So we can see that Y12 is equivalent to Y21. So we say that the network is a symmetrical network. So find the Y parameters of the circuit shown. Is the network reciprocal or symmetrical? So same procedure, make your V2 to be 0. So if I am going to make my V2 to be 0 means you are going to have a short circuit. So because of this short circuit, no current will flow through this capacitance. So you can remove the capacitance and redraw it. Now we can say that your I2 is going to be 0. So we want to find out your V1. So if I am going to simplify it, in this case, if this V2 is short circuited, there is going to be no current I2 flowing there. So here we can write I2 is 0, and when I2 is 0, what you are going to have is your this part of the branch also will get eliminated, and now the total circuit will be your V1 is equivalent to J plus 4 ohm. So this is I2. I2 current is also 0 there. So here in this case, this will also be 0. So only network is going to be 2 plus J4 into I1. So Y11 is equal to I1 by V1. It is 1 by 2 plus J4. Converted, you will be getting in your rectangular form. So next is Y21. Y21 is equal to I2 by V1. I2 we know it is just 0 current there. So when it is a 0 current, in that case we can write it as 0 Siemens. So coming to the other side, in this case, you are going to make your I1 to be 0. So when I1 is 0, you are going to have your current there. So how I am going to find out is your network. If I am going to apply a KVL here, I am going to have I1 is equal to minus 10 I2 divided by 2 plus J4. So here I can have, this is your I1 current, this is your I2 current. If I am going to apply a KCL at this node A, so KCL at this node A means your incoming current to this node is going to be your I1. Outgoing incoming current is going to be I2 is equivalent to 10 I2 there. So if I am going to simplify it, it is going to be I1 is nothing but here current through this. So we can write it as incoming current is 10 I2. The current, so this is a voltage source. That means the node at this voltage source is going to be your so here in this case, you are going to have I1 plus I2. So this voltage at this point is going to be 10 I2. So it is a 10 I2 means 10 I2 divided by your 2 plus J4. It is in the opposite direction. See, if I write my KVL nodal equation here, it is your 10 I2 minus your current. Current is entering like this. This is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus. So it will be in the reverse direction. So I1 is equivalent to minus 10 I2 divided by 2 plus J4. I2 is equivalent to your V2 by, if I am going to apply this here, V2 by minus J20. Here V2 minus 10 I2 divided by 10. So now if I am going to rewrite this equation, I1 plus I2 is equivalent to 0. So you are going to have 2I2 is equivalent to V2 into 1 by 10 plus this equation. If I simplify it, it is going to be 2I2 is equivalent to V2 into 1 by 10 plus minus 1 by minus J20. So Y22 is equivalent to I2 by V2. So if I simplify this one, so Y12 is nothing but substitute the equation 2 in 1. So now you will be getting the terms in terms of V2 and I1. So Y12 is equal to I1 by V2, that is nothing but minus 0.1 plus J 0.75 Siemens there.